What? What? Lost my coffee. Anyone for a brew? Anyone for a brew? What? Very nice. Crown, Greece. As soon as we went out to get some coffee this morning, I was like, what? But it does quite nice. Too many ingredients to mention. Let's have a brew. Anyone for a brew? Table's rather low. We're getting there. How are we doing? What we're saying? What is the date? The 8th of July. Happy 8th of July, fam. Let's have a look at the inner sanctum. Naked Dave. Here we go. That's where we are. That's the setup. Want to come and see you the other way. There we go. My little table. Look at this. Other side. The balcony's there. I made it on my own. Didn't lose my passport. Didn't lose my mind. Check it. Look at that. Like we're going to be using that, but bless. Standard cupboard, pot, pans in. Yes, remember these? Oh, nightmare. And then look at little dainty shower room for you. Paper bin, not in there. They don't like you flushing the paper down the toilet. There you go. That's better. Tiny. That's where we shower. How are we doing? Who's in the house? I've just watched Leak Project. Rex. What's Rex doing if you watch the Leak Project? The YouTube channel. You must know Rex and the Leak Project. He's looking at investigating earthquakes in California. Let's get me back on the camera. I wanted to say hello. All is well. I've travelled well. I'm here to see Mother. You may remember her from popping in on Sun and Moon channel previously. 11 days, 10 days break. Got a lot to be doing. So I am going to rinse in here, flip, wash out, and yeah, I was just listening to Rex first morning in Greece with my mum. I was quite tired. It's about 35 degrees. Didn't sleep too well. I was tidying up, listening to Rex, and he's quite on it. He does speak quite broadly. He's just travelled 27 hours to get to somewhere and went live on his channel to bring out what he's doing and what he is investigating. So I watched a video. I watched a video a bit ago and a couple of days ago, and it was a Marvel film. Prolific things being said, and Rex has linked onto it. So let me play it for you and give you an idea of where we're going to go with this and why. And I want you to listen. Endgame, Avengers, Revengers. The beginning of this. The video is called Marvel, not Satan's Endgame, Secrets of the Avengers. Right, I want you to listen to this introduction. Slamming doors. Got some slamming doors. Right, so there's your video. What we're going to play a little clip of. Alright, let's see what you think of this. Listen, let's turn it up. It's echoing what I was thinking the other day.
I come from Earth, a planet of laws. What master do you serve? Master do I serve? What am I supposed to say, Jesus?
When the Earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at us.
Hear me and rejoice.
Upon this rock, I will build my church.
You have had the privilege of being saved by the great Titan.
How is humanity saved if it's not allowed to evolve?
We're fulfilling prophecy.
I hate this prophecy.
In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who is portrayed as the enemy of our souls?
I am worthy.
Sorry. Oh.
Hey everybody, welcome to LED Live, where we are going to expose some darkness with the light of Christ. And you guys aren't going to want to miss this because we're going to talk about the Marvel Universe and their end game. And if you're a Christian, I believe that there is a reason why the world has totally become obsessed with this movie. $1.2 billion in its opening weekend is out of control.
Find out on this episode of LED Live.
So, much like TED Talks and TED Live, you've got LED Live. Let me kneel down and consult the scribes. Marvel, not Satan's Endgame. So, when was that done? And when did I mention? It's not just me that's seeing these messages and codes in the films. I just want to say hello. Really, there's a little loose thread here. If you haven't noticed, 21st of June 2019 that was done. So yeah, it's not a competition, but I will subscribe to Little Light Studios. That's who I've just played. Come on, let's get them in, because they are needing more investigations. I'm going to have to send some messages and put some comments on there with what we've been talking about recently. And I've got a dab on, and I'm just actually chatting to you. That's how warm it is. Happy Monday, happy Moon Day. I'll see who we've got in the house. Also, Rex said something else. I said, and it's not a competition, it's just he lives in another country, thousands of miles away. Man's picking up same vibes. Stranger Things, I said, was like MK Ultra, Tavistock, or what else was it now? X-Files, and other things rolled into one. So that's quite disturbing. Stranger Things series. I'm not promoting that. I'm doing due diligence and research. It appears that prophecies are being fulfilled. We've talked about prophecies. Hollywood's bringing you prophecies. So if you have the eyes and the ears, you will see where we're coming from. I wish I didn't have the eyes. They're tiny. Morning eyes. But they see all. I'm not arrogant to come on with the shades. I'll show you how tired and weary I am. There is no ego. I think I've turned into the wrong channel. Oh, is it the Shield John? Trill. Hello there, John. Much love to you. If you've turned into the wrong channel, it's as easy as turning off. If you don't want to hear from me, unsubscribe. I love you, John, but I can't be arsed with you. All right. Nice one. Eric, blessings, peace and love. Good day, John. That's of the Middleton clan, the Honourable John in blue. Lux, hello there, sister. Much love to you. Bonjour, Yardy, easy. Rose tinted, easy, or rose as it is, sorry. Official mode on the Monday. Beautiful beings, hello there. How are we? Any news, any updates? Emails are going to be answered, but I'm on holiday, so bear with me. Any issues on the .com and so forth, I will be seeing to. And I'm very excited to be compiling the key competence grading coursework for your testing and grading. Yeah, we don't say testing because that would come from test, tester, testy, testify, testicles, test, you know, so we'll grade you on that for your competence. I'm going to go and see my mum in a bit. I want to see some of the sky, not to rub it in, but that's what we're talking. Yeah, so and it's going to be very hot, so I'll see my mum. I'm going to be on the beach, a little bit of meditation, grounding myself, feet onto floor, literally grounding, look. And I'm going to make a couple of calls later to Flatboy and maybe Barnsley if we need, and that's it then. Carol, I'll email you. Anybody else it's a waiting contact, you'll get it, but just let me settle and talk to me. We would like to possibly have a hangout on this Saturday with Docker and Steve, if we can formally get that appointed, you know, between us, a little council there for you, myself, Smithy, Kev if possible, Docker and Steve. So apologies about Saturday's change to advertised or planned casting, so we'll get together and we'll do it, but not like that and not the day before my holiday, because we'd have been up till 2 o'clock, fam, and it's not fair on me and others that I've made plans with. So yeah, we'll look at doing that. Never wore shoes, bro, when working outside on holiday. When working outside on holiday, really? What did you do, John? Where was you? What continent? Any other news I'd like to bring to you? I can't think. Let me think. Aye, what's going on here? It's a random thing to have on your wall. I have lots of documents I'm going to be writing, publications in my spare time, and catching up, notes, emails, sorting out. Shoes, man, walking, Portuguese. Oh, I got you walking, not working. Got you. Portugal, Greece. Yes. Oh, you must have leather skin, John. What we're saying, Lux and Rose. What we're saying. Sister bring holes well. Yes, all right, girls. I see John's gone, so that's all right then. Thank you, John. He did turn onto the wrong channel. Shoes are man-made. They are indeed, but they're a benefit, aren't they? They're not a hindrance, let's face it. It's not like the constructs we have at the minute, where they appear a benefit, but they're actually a legal noose around your neck. So yeah, our lass is working. I believe Yanka will be out and about. And then I'm going to spend time with my mum. So those of you that aren't tied up in servitude, hello, good morning, good day, greetings, scribes. With regards to the title, have you seen the pyramid on Yahweh's head? You've got Jesus there, you've got the cross, and I've got some more historical, yeah, like I say, lineage of the church, and Indignatius, okay, and other such fellows as that, about the way, okay, the way back in the day. It wasn't so much Christianity, it was living by a way, the way, and the way was infiltrated within Christianity itself, and prolific bishops. I get mixed up here, to be fair. I need to look at the lineage and the references, but it's dirty, it's messy, but for the after effect of the key competence, the aftershock, will be given a final presentation, which will be a course finale to encapsulate once you've gone through the 3 tiers. And myself, Andy, Greg, and brother Steve have compiled. Yes, Steve, I'm getting to you. It's happening. I'll get the how to answer a phone, how to identify with an officer, how to answer your door, how to sign without liability, and you'll have either multiple choice or you'll have straight questions, and you will be given a grade at the end. So I want feedback on that this week, okay, on this video now, for the lost tribes of the house of Israel, and the lambs. The lambs are the lamps. We're going to light up the way. So simple, bite-sized videos with reference to the topics and areas that we've covered, starting from the lower basic with your curve going up all the way up to Andy, I, Kevin, Josh, or others that you know in our family and area. The words, the verbiage. I said other day tetragrammatron for the alphabet, which is right. That's where your grammar comes from. But there was another name that I get mixed up with, which was the cube in the Marvel film, which is called a tesseract. So we have these things in the Hollywood films called the tesseract, and we have these things in the language with the meanings of and in nature itself and the basic fundamental principles, you know, beyond codified public law. You know, and what we're teaching here is the hermeticism and the hermetic principles, such as the law of cause and effect. You know, the principle of magnetism, the principle of correspondence. So there are principles out there that have been disguised in our history. I'm afraid, fam, we have been really, like Rex is going on with now. I'd love to have a chat with him. He's a massive channel. He has hundreds of scribes on in the room, but I feel a connection to that, the live league, and I like his passion. He's got red watery eyes, he's on the job, he's on the case, and he's got a good mind. Tinfoil hats. Oh, it's insane, but yeah, the TV, the messages, the movies, they're putting it out there, as you can see. It's not just for entertainment. Those of us that know the old way, that stand up and bring all of this to you, are laughed at, ridiculed, have the piss taken out of us, slandered, defamation of character, all these bits. But the basic thing is, you know, those that stand up and sacrifice and give and talk of, you know, at the end of the day, JC was sacrificed in a way for being the way he was and not conforming. So when we bring out this lineage of the Christian, Judea, there is a Canaanite issue here, the Canaans. Those of you that say you never mention the Canaans and the Canaanites, well, they're coming, but let me tell you, it's very confusing. And if I say something that is wrong, what happens? You shoot me down, accuse me of copying, and not all of you, but it's very, very conflictive here. So with so many doing this, so many getting it wrong, so many maybe not getting it wrong, maybe on purposely leading you down the wrong path because they're agents of Satan. So not the agents of the way. So get ready for, in about 7 days, a torrent on the .com of multiple pages of in-depth chronological, historical evidences coming from the Torah of us, the Talmud and the Torah going into Christianity going into paganism, going into divided Rome, going into the 30,000 derivatives of what we have now in 2019. So man's got a busy brain, but I want to settle, I want to balance, I want to let the vibration of this tiny island balance me out for a bit, and then once I'm in the zone, I will conform, and trust me, I might even have a 30-hour session, because I find when I sunbathe out here and you absorb the photons and the rays, and there's less radiation because you're on a tiny island in the sea, pardon me, I can't sleep. I get charged up with photon energy. So if anybody else goes on holiday, you go in the sun, you meditate and relax, you find that you can't sleep, because apparently it's a common thing. You charge, literally. I also give electric shocks off after a good few hours in the sun, which is hilarious. Not just on the car in the summertime in England. Back to you. See what you're saying. Yes, Eric, I've just caught that. Is the crucifix a deconstructed cube? Indeedy. Yes, well, is it? Well, it looks like it is, yes. You have 4 squares going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. On square number 2, you go left and a right, don't you? So it goes square 1, a line of 3, and 3 down. You could then fold them up if there was paper and make the 6-sided cube. Tesseract. Yes, it's not just by chance, these cubes. The cubes were in, come on, Transformers. They're after the cube, Mecha, the cube, Saturn, what is it, 6 hexagon on the top, familiar hexagonal geological shapes, geometrical shapes. Yeah, it's interesting. There is a link. Where did we get to? I'm back to the top. Looks, Rose, Eric. Have you read what Simon Dawson put on his Facebook page? Very interested. Not yet, Eric, but can you tell me? Can you help me out there? Because I need help. I can't be everywhere at once. What did Simon Dawson put on his Facebook page? Very interesting. Please, Eric, you're not held responsible. Just repeat what is on there if you could, or I will look later. Just about to plaster my attic. Hogarth. What? Epic, massive job in the heat. It's hot. Time will be against me. Oh, that me on my phone. All right. All right. In the email, we'll see. Hogarth, stand by and make sure you take plenty of water. Oh my days. Attic, plaster. Get in there. Some pictures when it's done. Your gift of was work to tree. Come on. Yes. Watching. Where's mine? Where's my psoriasis gone from? Where is it? Let's get a close up on that bad boy. British Medical Institution, that's the BMI. Yeah, doctors everywhere. Elementary, my dear scribes. My psoriasis was all the way an inch past the elbow there, and you can see a triangle of new skin. If I had a HD camera, you'd see a different pigmentation on that. And then we're going back, no white, no crumbling, significantly better, no bleeding, and new skin is in the middle. So thank you, Rose, much love. There is Reiki in there, there is distilled water, there is 99.9% colloidal silver, and there is love. That's part of the Reiki though, but that's your intent. And then there's a tiny little pipette drop of Bosnian pyramid water that has 28,000 bovies on the scale. So the sovereign colloidal silver water is unlike any other marketed, mass-produced bottle of ionic water that you may be sold as colloidal silver. And the particle size in ours is done by 5 volts and 2.2 to 2.5 amps. And the water is continuously stirred, and Reiki, put lots of love in it, because I write love on it. The Reiki is part of that. And the teat pipette of 28,000 bovies per, I think it's 2 mil when I say a teat pipette, per litre. Sam Osmanovic from the Bosnian Pyramid channel on YouTube. And you saw me go there, and I showed you I bought the bottles for €10 each from a pool of water that was 2,000 years closed in, which was negatively ion charged, not positively. I forget now what he said. Don't hold me to this. You have to look at the Bosnian Pyramid water and check all the finer details out for yourself. So I'm glad to hear that we are excelling in many ways. And could you tell us what it was for by any chance? Or was that personal, private? Not personal, because you're not a person, it's private. Such a simple word change as that gets you a long way. Can I have your personal number, please? No, I don't have a personal number. I have a private line. A private what? A private line. A bit like what a boat goes in on a shipping channel. You have lines that they follow. You have lines in the road. You get caught being in the wrong shipping lane on the cement, the ment that's meant to be the sea. So yeah, personal, private, simple change of words goes a long way. Excellent, Rose. Much love to your sister. I am happy, you are happy, and we get testimonial. That's I've never met Rose. I don't know her from Eve. Yeah, the .com. It's a donation, a gift. What you provide for us to the trust, and I will send it out signed for, second class, bubble wrapped, so it gets there in one piece. Thank you. Excellent, Rose. Hogarth, be careful. Got that shoes pocket. Rose, well, today is the first day of sunshine we've had in a week, apparently just for today. Back to rain tomorrow, so away to cripple myself in the garden. It's worth it. You're not the only one. Be careful when you're bending down, bend with your knees. Don't put amount of summertime gardening injuries that happen is unbelievable, and I have done my back in just by bending down to pick something up. So let me tell you, I was 25, 27 in the garden with the kids, assets. I I bent down, I didn't quite bend my knees, and as I went back up, something moved, and I was in pain for about 3 months. So when you think you're fit and well and you're in the garden and you don't need to do things properly, just remember, do it. Because if you do your back or something in, it's the worst thing ever. Careful. Jesus it. What are you saying, John? Yes, John. Alpha and Omega, Alpha, Beta, tetragrammatrons and tesseracts. Grammar. So it made it my voluntary servitude 3 months now in the private. Yes, Rose, we're on our way. Yes, Lux, I will. Mama Juju and I have much to say. Good morning, Legna. He gets his hats from a company in the UK. Who are you on about, John? I've lost thread. The great activists, the great alchemists. What's that? I like the great activist. Christmas rituals. John, straight in on the Monday. What are you on here? Because I'm on 2 hours in from 9:30. No holds barred. Neutralised with water. Yeah, they have also said that this psoriasis and when you get athlete's foot could be cured by ammonic therapy. And when I say ammonic therapy, I mean distilled water that has ammonia in. So where would that come from? It would come from your urine therapy. So that's interesting. Anybody that's using urine therapy, has used urine therapy, let me know on what you've said. Drinking it, aquavita is what the French call it, resets the body's clock. So that was after Lux's comment, was it? Christmas, all right, it's got X. You know when I said about legal and signing and X denotes something? Yes, I gave you a clue, but we're getting close to the crunch now, so I'm going to help you along a bit. What does it say? Christmas, Christ and Mass. But what is short slang, not correct for Christmas? X Mass. So what does X denote in that word? Because if it was Christ Mass before and now it's X Mass, what does the X denote? Christ, that's right. So X as a signature, as a mark, because it's not quite a signature. Don't hold me to this. This is my thesis, hypothesis, theory, theological, Theo, the Astro, Mr. Astro Theology, Santos's channel, theology, study of God. So when you put an X, yes, you are representing what? Not an X marks the spot for treasure, not pirate treasure, not an X for no, it means Christ. And the reason that I will tell you that is because of my discovery of the language and the etymology and the phonics and the codes and the syntaxes and the grammar and the UCC and everything else we've looked at. I thought, they had a mass in the Bible at a certain time, in a certain place, but they can't place it. And it was called an X mass, a mass of X, because the X denoted unknown. But also play on words there. So Christmas, pagan, John fired off that, thank you. Oh bless, alright John. Satan worship. Yeah, swapping the Sunday, the Sabbath, Sab-eth. Look at the two spellings, Beth and Bath. Yeah, you have Bethlehem. You have Beth and the words Beth and connected with it, and you have the Bath and Bethlehem. Yes, indeedy. Saturn, Sabbath, Satanistic, Saturn, Santa Claustrum, and such other things. Very interesting. What we're saying, satisfied satellite is the make of the human body. What dictionary is that? You said dictionary for Saturn, John, please. Third. Alright, Black's third. What are you in here? Oxford, Merriam's, Webster's, I don't know, there's too many dictionaries. Collins. The evil cubes were in Terrorhawks too. Yes, they were. Oh, the evil cubes were in Terrorhawks. Sergeant Major! Yes, sir! Ah, well done, Lux. I should have. Yeah, I think I may have mentioned that before, though, back on in the day. Circle and square. What was Windsor Davis, the good one? He was the circle. What was the evil one? The square. Square, the circle. Shh. Yeah. And the numbers, John. Thank you. Man, 666. That's carbon, now, isn't it? 6, 6, and 6 denotes the number of the beast, but it's also carbons and things in man. you look at it and go down. Eric, you should post it. Oh, bless you, nice one. Is it that good? Is it that good? Thank you, Eric. You should be doing that anyway, not that it's your job or anything, but to help out. That's what the .com's for, a private little meeting point where we can be in honour, clean hands, clear conscience, full discovery, and I am the manager of that .com domain, along with you. You're all managing it, to be fair. You're all in your own right, and we don't have a reporting policing policy. We have terms and conditions and T's and C's and an agreement. If you break that agreement, you can imagine what happens, can't you? We deal with it. So law deals with that, and we're all required to be agents of love, light, Christ-like, conscious, rights, divinity, anything you want to put it as. Yeah, we're not a Christian mass here, but it's prolific. The historical conceptualization, you cannot avoid it. They've left it out for a reason, and they've made it that big and confusing for a reason, and we have now got more translations for you, it seems. So thank you, Eric. And with regards to common law court, we have explained all of our positions, standing, how we see common law. We don't need to go over that anymore, but we will expand further on claims, allegations, characters, references. Having a deceased baby in Alderhay after a full media blanket year and trying to protect that in a common law court system via registration and failing in a high court should spell it out to you. For those that are still not quite sure what is going on and why, and what register means, what public means, what common law means, what private means, what being assumed as a military insurgent combatant under the bondage of the three parts. Yes, they go for the venue jurisdiction, they go for the body jurisdiction, which is the CQV and bondage, and if you haven't rebutted that, they've got that. Then they go for the personal jurisdiction, and to get that, they'll override everything, such as innocent until proven guilty. If it's a civil infraction and a claim upon your person, they will push it forward and you will not get due process. They've looked at habeas corpus, they've looked at Article 61, you get a summary judgment and you get your hand slapped, and there's no way out of it. There is one way we have found ourselves to beat that. So yeah, we're going to have a look at all of this and the politics surrounding it and what's happening. You choose who you follow. You are free. We don't tell you anything. You have your own mind, your own intelligence, your own conscience, your own guidance, your own compass, your own ethics. That's what we need you to operate on. The desperation and the fear is what others get you to operate on, and they smell it, and they manipulate and they move like this. So that's Facebook and other such .coms and domains for you. It's not just Facebook, but Fedbook. Nice having a mother and a family live next to pyramids like that, bro. Wow, that's Anne-Marie's family, and that's my extended fam, isn't it? But when you say live next to the pyramids, it was a 480-kilometre trek from Hungary down south, Serbia, Croatia, and then into Bosnia, and that was a good 250 kilometres just in Bosnia to get near Sarajevo, Viseko Hill, and I actually went to get diesel, and or benzene as they call fuel out here, and petrol and diesel, and the Dr. Sam Osmanovic was at the petrol station, and I just had to stop and get a photo, and as I put my arm around him, I was having a photo, I realised I was doing that like I was with our lass. Tickling his side. I says, "Where's the pyramid at, big man? Nice to meet you. I am David, and we've come to look at your, exploratory evidence, pyramids, and get some water." And off we went, John. So that wasn't just so much next door. That was an actual grueling, from 4 a.m. till dinner time, 8 hours trek of 450 kilometres through 3 countries, multiple military border checkpoints, and then to the location itself from 4 a.m. till about 10 p.m. I think it was when we got back. So you put the effort in, you get there, my man. And then my mum moving out here, she'd done a Shirley Valentine, but without the marriage part, and running off, leaving anybody. Sit-ups, bro, need to do. Dear, off you go then, John, get your sit-ups doing. Enjoy, nice bit of motivation. Stephen, good morning, brother. Is it Stephen, yeah? Elegna, Jesus. Rex League Project gets hats from a company in the UK. Does he? Alright. Interesting to know. Something's just started hissing. What's that? Come on. Look at me creeping like it's going to attack me. That's a loud hiss. Ugh. Expecting to see a giant bloody praying mantis outside the window then. What? Hello to the 14 and the 2 thumbs up. Jesus, the greatest activist. Indeed, Elegna, indeed. Or agent, set law, grantor, 12 disciples were the agents of the trust. Jesus, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Now I've got to be careful here. We haven't got Smith here to correct me or to give his opinion, but I'm sure my interpretation, my belief is that, like I say, it's very interesting. The first type of what was set up there, you have a company and you have a board, don't you? A board, a chairpersons, and you have also trusts. You have many things expressed in these relationships and paintings and activists. I'd say, yeah, I agree. Render to Caesar those of which are Caesar's is what they say in one of the, they get Tony Stark, which is Mr. you know, wanting to make out that it could be probably lone scum. Tube, thank you for that. I remember that anagram of Elon Musk. It's very, very interesting. Activists. 16, pelvic realignment exercise and press-ups with waist line on the floor will sort it. Oh, wow. You're back. Okay, Stephen. What's in the spine there? You have discs and you have what? They are sectioned in numbers of lumber. What does a man in the what does man in the woods cut down to build houses and burn for heat? He cuts down trees. When he cuts down them trees, what is his job title there? Lumber Jack? Jack of the lumber. Your back, Jack, has got lumber. Yes, not my fault. Sorry, but you brought it up, and I try to now fit in tedious links wherever I can, just to let you know it's all linked and it's randomly mad. No, it isn't. It's designed, intelligent design around it. So with your back there, Jack, I'd like to say, how's your lumbar? Santa Claus Christmas. Santa Claustria, is that what it actually is? Situs is the location of a trust, S-I-T-U-S. Where is your trust located? If you look into situs, what I've been expanding on with trusts is where they are and where they get the profit and where the taxes are charged and how they get out of having tax charges and situs of the trust. So when you're looking into your trusts then, these are specific types of trust, not just a trust that's asset protecting, but a trust that has a board of and so forth and acts in a different way. You know, that's what we say, there's a lot of trust. But situs, situs, John, here we go. Situation, yes. Claustrius, this is why S-I-T, they got, you know, the words, my brain, you learned me now how it works. It just grabs stuff and brings it in. So, situs, trust, location, situation, situs, close contracts. I like it, John, times 6, man. Which, Anchor didn't buy a big enough PVA brush. Oh, it was me. Oh, no, you've got a 2-inch instead of a 10-inch. It's not about the size, but it is in this. Yes, I know that. You're talking to a damp technician now that works doing 50, 70 square meters a day. So I don't think, I wouldn't call yourself that. It's a bit harsh. Never criticize yourself. Put yourself down. I know you're having a little joke and a play, but bless you. Back to shops. You can't do that. Or have you got anything you can use? Go and get the brush from downstairs, cut down the handle, and then you've got a nice... Don't blame me if the missus kicks your ass. Chambers Dictionary. Thank you, John. Saturn third satellite is made of the human body. Chambers Dictionary, underwritten law book, or the legislation out there. Unwritten law book at all the legislation. Yeah, well, that's conflicting in sense. That's a law, unwritten law book at all the legislation out there. Law is spirit. When you have a spirit and you're conscious and you're awake, you know who you are, you can command the law. When you're asleep, zombie, citizen, person, public, general, military combatant, then you are flesh. And as it says in the Bible, if you are trapped in the flesh, get ready. If you're not trapped in the flesh, then flesh is legal and spirit is law. Bosh. Super leads, good morning, good day, good rising, happy moon day. I do like your icon with the, is it a smile there? How are we doing, brother? Eric, so without a jury of your peers, that's spelt wrong, but you've done, or is it a word play? It's a word play, isn't it? Common law has no standing in a court. That doesn't make sense. If you haven't got a jury of your peers, then you're not in a common law court, are you? So, yeah, I know what you mean, but you go to a public, non-de jure, unsecuritized one, then with judges that haven't been trading since 2012, etc., and they're still sentencing and earning for the crown, then you'd ask questions, wouldn't you? And if you don't know how to put them on point and appoint them and account for your actions, literally account for your actions, yes, accounting for your actions and paying your debts to society or offsetting them, because we're actually all insolvent, my lord. What? No, judge, sorry, my honour, no, my lord's there. So, Eric, you've got a bit of catching up to do there, brother. See the documents on the .com. Key Competence Foundational. Go to the Resource Library and the Vault. And when you go to the Vault Library, you will see at the top with the blue hyperlink, 3 of. Get them, scan them, get back to me, bro. Snakes, David. Yes, looks. I like snakes though, because at the bottom of the spine you've got the serpent rising, the kundalini. You've seen the snake on the ring. I had a snake on that hand. I had a fish on this hand, but the fish got snapped when I was DJing and banging on things to make noise to the beat, and just shattered off. But yeah, snakes. Here we go. There we go. I don't mind showing you. I like it. You got the Greek symbology and a snake of the serpent, and you are surprised. Serpent rising, spine here, yes, kundalini, can't get round that bit. Serpent rise up to the top, yes, brain, crucifix, 33, Mary, Joseph, 3 days reborn, pineal gland. What? So that's why we are now looking at it. Snake. So when you say snakes are bad, and yes, in the Bible it does say that the Most High, lower than low, you will writhe on your belly. Adam, Eve, Garden of Eden, yes indeedy. Tyson Fury fighting Wilder on 22nd of the 2nd, 2020. 5-2s, 10, yeah, easy. I like that. He notices numbers, alert, super. Cryptid encounters, render to Caesar. That's what my boss said. I'm not a slave of that guy. I'm here doing God's work. Yes, I like that. We're all good. Pie man, hello, I didn't see you there. Good day, good rising, happy moon day. It's 35 degrees and I'm struggling to keep cool. Yes, John. Eric Stones, you're welcome. No problem, brother. Thank you. I'm going to look at Dawson's profile very shortly. On about a bad back to do some sit-ups. Not me, John. Somebody else. Somebody else on about that. So above 7 sovereign even. Right, so that's my update for now. You know where I am, what's doing. I have the laptop. It's there ready. Got all my devices, everything I need, but just have a nice calm Monday, balancing. And we will be back later. I'm going to take the rest now. And saying lots of love, peace, salutations, and look after each other. I'll be about on the .com, not so much on YouTube. Is there anything else? I don't know. You got out else, or are we going? Charging. Snake. I had that done in 1995. My assets' names are on there. The Chinese dragon. The Chinese dragon is what? Think about it. Serpent, winged serpent. Egyptians, flying on the winged serpent. Serpents, serpentine, serp rise, surprising news. Lots to go there. So snakes aren't ultimately evil and bad. what's the word now? The conjecture with them is the nasty and the horrible, but like whatever they've told you, you know, or whatever not they've told you, whatever the academic avenues produce and purport and prove generally is not right, and it's designed to mislead you and take you off this path. We're going to try and get the houses, the tribes, the scribes, the lambs back to the path. And for those that like John, first comment on the thing there, was it? Let's have a look. Let me just check that out. I think I've turned into the wrong channel. There we go. So that could have been genuine. John's turned into the wrong channel, but I think I know who that John Smith is. We've had them before. I have blocked one account and comments, and we've had crap on other platforms, my media platforms, where I get followed and trolled and shilled. So this is what we get. But if you haven't got an ego, and you're not here to make millions and billions and lie and embezzle and everything else, because there is no money, because we're all insolvent. When you get that, there's greater things in life than ego, money, everything else. Idiots, fools, brothers of, and I've got some stuff I need to make up for, and never taken a man's life, never beaten a woman, but I'm sorry for some of my earlier sins and ignorances of the family. So yes, it's a long path. It's your path. When I was a DJ, and I was DJing what we're talking, Original Nutter alongside the Shy FX, Ganja Crew, Super Sharp Shooter with the super sharp shots, the S, the U, the P, the E, the R, the S, the H, the O, the T, the E, the R. Oh, and it's just getting on the mic, and we used to say, don't stray from the path because the jungle is massive, and we'd get on with the lyrics, and don't stray from that path because the jungle is massive. And when you get out there and you get lost, you get separated from the tribe, you can't find your village again, and that's it. That's where you are right now. They've all scattered us, and we're bringing you back. Please check out the lead channel and Rex. He excites me, and I'm what's going on, what's happening. Peace and love. We're going to go and enjoy the day. I send you lots of love, blessings, salutations, respects, and speak soon. Wherever you are, whatever continent, wherever you may be, thank you. You've gone spinning. That's the reception, Wi-Fi maybe. Let me go over here again. 7-11. Oh, let me tell you this. When I went to the airport yesterday at Birmingham, gate number 47 was on the right, and the plane flight number was 1886. Let me tell you this, anybody that's, because of the numbers and that's coming up there, 1886, 2 8s are 16, plus the 1, 17, plus 6, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 2 and 3 are 5. No, I've got wrong numbers here. I had 9 and 11. It was 47, 4 and 7 are 11, are they not? Yes, they are. Where's my secret folder? And I stood there and I thought, I've got 911 stood at me here in front of my airplane trip. The number itself. I've lost all this life. I can't tell you now, to be sure. It's probably in here which you're resting on. Wait. Because now I need my important black folder with my passport and stuff in. You know what it's like. It's in a safe place. Flight number. I'm sure I added it up. Wait. 1886. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5, yeah, 9. I got it wrong. I did it up wrong. Can't do maths. Carry on. That was a waste of time. Thank you, Lux. No, it's disgusting, John. Disgusting. Violence. And look at how many... changing the subject. Sorry, all, for this one. Check out, in the United Kingdom, how many rapes are reported and how many prosecutions the CPS raise. They have dropped dramatically for some reason. I'd say resources. They've taken an eye off the ball during Brexit, And, you know, that's what I'm going to say there. And now the race for the PM slot has caused a finger off the pulse. The poor, I do say this now with genuine feeling and respect, the poor, oh, I've just seen a massive spider above my bed where I've just been sleeping. I'll show you in a minute. The poor Met Office that have to deal with this. Can you see all the way from over here? That's where I slept. That's where we slept. What's this? Can we zoom? All the way from the other side of the room, you can see it. Ladies, fellas that don't like spiders, let's go and see how big. I've got Big Barry in my room. Come on. Holy crumbs. Is it a spider? Is it a spider? It looks like one. It looks like a gardening spider. Come on. Just before we go, let's end on a nice. While we're talking about creepy crawlies of the. Look at that above your bed. He's not staying there, I don't think. It may not be alive, but nice. Straight. Maybe it's a watcher. Yeah, let's see if he's alive. Oh yeah. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alright coming on holiday until you find a big spider above your bed. Thank you, Lux. Well done, John. Thank you, Elegna. Pieman, peace. Thank you, Eric. Won't let me log on. I'll sort that out later. If you've emailed David at splspro.com, 5-second admin for me, and I can reset and make good for you, Elegna. So later today, I'll look at that. Make sure David at splspro.com has got a nudge. Go to the front of the homepage. When you get locked out, what you do is you select on the top left contact, and then that will email us, and I'll fix that. So with regards to lifetime accounts, I offered for the first ones that had joined up, checking on Spider now, the ones that had joined up within the first year, they got lifetimes accounts to say thank you for supporting us in that first delicate trying year, and the rest you are annual gifters, donators, and if you've got caught in that mix up with the back office systems, I'll manually fix that. We've had a message back, and Greg, the technician, has confirmed we've done everything right. It's a PayPal request issue conflict we have, but it's easily fixed. Thank you, peace and love. I don't like spiders. Not many of us do, especially big ones that can spit in your face. I don't know how I'm going to catch that. Let's look at the assortment of glasses that we have to catch him in. Are there any big ones? Oh, they're all tiny. They're all tiny, not a prayer. I'll use this one. You won't even fit in it. Oh, wow. Hilarious. Much love to your scribes. English Babble. Much love. I've got to go and catch Big Barry's brother. Wish me luck. I might not be back. Ciao, bello. Thank you.